Coming up on this program, we show you how to get connected. Find out how to choose an internet service provider. Discover the newest form of communication, electronic mail.
Ways down and ready to ride. One by one, billion by billion, they're holding up half the sky. Raise your hand if you're ready and willing, if you know it's time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a girl on time. Time for
Ooh, I forgot we're under construction over here. We're gonna have to. Oh no, not that one. Did you see how big my face was? Oh, John isn't pink, but he has his pink command. John is going to do a live later. Please make sure that you guys go visit him. Check him out. Make sure you subscribe. Turn notifications on. Erica, I sent you a message back on Discord. Go ahead and post your link in our Discord, wherever's good. Also, you guys would not believe this. It's gonna sound like a repeat of this morning, because I'm sitting here, I just made a fresh ass coffee. Oh yeah, fresh. And we have some more crazy hot fucking tea. Okay? That's right. More contempt hearings. If you don't know what I'm talking about, earlier today we were party to a case where mom was in contempt of court for not allowing the children to see dad. And it ended in what I would call fireworks. Fireworks. Whose dick are you sucking? I think. Exactly, COVID clown. Those were the words. That was the words. But if you can believe it, I continued on working today, and upon watching more court, sorry, I'm rolling a joint too. Upon watching more court, I was able to ascertain a slight update about that woman from today's hearing that we will see at the end of today's show. So, without further ado, because we've already done one show today, if you haven't watched it, do go back and watch it. Hector's here again. Hi, Courtney! Anyways, what I'm saying is, if you haven't seen this morning's, you'll have to go back and watch it afterwards, but there's a bit of an update that we're going to see after. Also, slap fights Saturday night, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, slap fights are back I think it's this coming Saturday night. Woo! Who's excited about that? I am. Also, perfect. Okay, that's done now. And now we can go here. I got so much court today. It's not that one. It is not. Was it that one? Yeah, it was this one. Okay, here we go. Judge, speak.
Subsequently, on January 16, 2025, and the plaintiff did not show to either of those particular meetings. Ms. White, why is that you didn't appear?
I didn't get any notice. I didn't get any notice about the one in December or January. And then the only reason I knew about this one is because his father, Gregory Williams, I guess went to see him in around February at the school and told him to tell me about this. So I ended up calling down here and finding out that I had today's court date.
Okay,
So
do you live at 47 South Wabash, Battle Creek?
yes,
Okay, that's the address that these notices would have been sent to, so I don't know why.
no, I had to change that.
Oh,
Because I
okay.
called and they said that that's not the address that they had.
Okay.
So I just changed that probably like not too like 2 to 3 weeks ago.
Okay, well, let me tell you how that goes is, in the future, if you move, you need to change your address, because they will only send things to the last known address.
Okay.
So if you move and not, and like I say, today, thankfully you're here, but if you weren't here, there would have been a bench warrant put out for you,
Oh. And
so.
I just also want you to know, like, every other court date, I've been there.
I understand, I'm
just,
just saying that if you don't, like in these cases, if you didn't show, we don't know reason for not showing or what you didn't comply with. So I just want you to know that if you don't change your address and something happens like that and you don't show up, then you're gonna get a bench warrant and potentially you could spend a night or two in jail before you'd be able to bond out or something. So just so that doesn't happen to you, make sure you always change that.
Okay.
Okay, now, in this matter, I've checked with referee Moeller. He has some time available at 3:30 today. If you can get the child back to him at that time, or the next time would have been March 17th, which is next Monday.
Today is fine. Could I also get a note for school?
For you to school or for the kid? Okay,
Sorry.
yeah, we can get you a letter saying that you were in court.
Okay.
So unfortunately, like I say, it's 3:30 this afternoon. If you want to come back, we're not gonna make you stay here in case you had something you running. You can stay if you want, but if not, then just be back before 3:30.
Did
down at
hear
the,
make of
front of
a
the court's
package
office, so
cellular
that
plans. I don't
Mr.
think I'll
Mueller
open it
can
today. I think I'll do it tomorrow.
Talk to the child.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay, we'll let you go and not gonna make any finding of contempt or anything of that nature because you're here.
Thank you.
So go ahead and just come back at 3:30 and Mr. Mueller can do what he needs. It may only be a couple minutes, so it's not like you're gonna be here long, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Free to go.
So that's the best case scenario of what happens when you accidentally don't show up to court. She came, she explained herself, and he's let her go. Now that Donald is here, let's continue with the
Ma'am,
next
are you
case.
April Adams?
Yes, sir.
Come up here to this table, please, and Mr. Here, you can go to this one here.
Yep, step up, please.
Right, you can take a seat there, ma'am.
Oh, I can bring one. I know it's fine.
Also, she's wearing her mask terribly, and it makes it hard to hear, but she doesn't appear to be protecting anybody with it the way she's wearing it. But whatever. Also, there needs to be a trigger warning
Okay,
on
so
this
now
case too.
this is 2017 3712 DS, April Adams versus Gaffney Hilliard. It is 1:42 PM, Wednesday, March 12th, 2025.
Good afternoon to both of you. The court will note that this matter is before the court on the front of the court's petition to show cause why the plaintiff, Ms. Adams, should not be held in contempt of court for a denial of parenting time. There was a denial of parenting time complaint filed by the defendant stating that he'd been denied parenting time from December 22nd, 2024 through December 29th, 2024. And that the plaintiff had not shown at the police department as provided for in the prior orders of the court. I would note that the referee had entered an order back on January 23rd, 2025, where the referee found the plaintiff was in contempt of court for denial of parenting time in September, October, November, December 2024. She was assessed court costs of $100 and the hearing was set for today. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take testimony from both of you. Mr. Hilliard, I'll have you raise your right hand, be sworn in.
Sir, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay. As long as you speak up, you can testify right from there, sir.
Okay,
Tell me, you filed a complaint for denial of parenting time. Tell me what parenting time had been denied.
I filed a complaint for being denied parenting time from May 2023 until last week. The first order, the first custody order was dated January 2017 or 2017. And it went out the window in October of last year. And we got a new order, granting me joint custody. I have not saw my child since May 8th, May 9th of 2023. Well, I did see her in school. I went to school to see her. And I stopped going to, I saw her once at school and I stopped going to school because I didn't know what type of, after speaking with the administrator and the teacher, I didn't want to confuse the child anymore. And I stay away from the child for that matter, because I don't want to confuse her anymore, because we have a great relationship, me and my child. However, Miss Adams just, for some wild reason, refuses to allow us to have a relationship. Now, it's been noted that Miss Adams has accused falsely me of abuse, of domestic violence. I was arrested, released, charges not filed because of investigation found there was no domestic violence. I've been accused by Miss April Adams of abusing my daughter in some type of sexual nature with the video that was investigated by the Battle Creek Police, friend of the court, and CPS. And it was actually stated in the custody order that Miss Adams had actually violated the law by sending the video to my sister in Georgia. Now, I didn't pursue charges through the prosecuting office to hurt her in any kind of way, because this child needs both of us. This thing had caused me to go into substance abuse for a period of 2 years.
Okay, sir, well, I'll let you go on, but substance abuse is a choice. There's
Yes,
nothing that
exactly,
you can do.
exactly.
It's gonna say you have to get into substance abuse, so
Well,
I'm
okay.
gonna disregard that.
We'll disregard that. However, I did get treatment and I'm still in treatment today. I see a therapist twice a week, and I've been doing that since November the 9th, 2023. And I just want a relationship with my child. I want my parenting time. I want my parenting time that was missed. I would like it made up. Because this is just ridiculous. It hurts the child. It no longer, well, yeah, I don't like it. I don't feel good, but I'm not gonna jump off the 36th floor about it.
Okay. Court notes, and you had mentioned sometimes, there was an order regarding custody, parenting time support, and contempt, in which the court awarded through the referee at that time. There was a referee hearing in September and October of 2024. The order having been entered on October 22nd, 2024, which awarded you joint legal custody, physical custody, and physical custody. And it provided for parenting time in alternating weeks and alternating holidays. And there was another referee order, as I said, on January 23rd, 2025, which held her in contempt for denial for those particular months. And you're saying that since, because this, the last one under the January order would have been sometime in December. So you're saying in basically January and February as well, you've been denied parenting time?
Not only that, but I'm also saying I have been denied parenting time, period. I haven't received 1 minute of parenting time since we've been
Okay.
separated.
Well, let's focus with me.
Okay.
I'm asking you January and February
Yes.
this year.
Yes,
Okay. And I would assume anything in March.
nothing.
Thank you.
Well,
Ms. Adams, do you have any questions of Mr. Hillier?
I have so many questions, but that can't be addressed here today.
Okay.
I mean, but yes, I have a lot of questions.
Well, this is your time. If you have any questions concerning the denials, this is the time to ask them.
I mean, Your Honor,
Okay, I'm gonna let you have a chance to testify in a moment. I'm just asking, do you have any questions?
no, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, ma'am, what I'll do is have you raise your right hand, be sworn in, and then we'll proceed with you.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes. I do.
What would you like to tell me, ma'am?
Your Honor, we was together, when I had my daughter, I decided to stay with this man. I knew about his past addictions, I knew about all that. I know that's neither here nor there, but it does play a role in what's going on. I left him when our daughter was 2. He got back on drugs, as he stated himself. So we separated. This time around, he got clean. I decided to help him. He went to check himself in the VA. I said, okay, I will watch your house where I used to once live. I will watch your house. I will check your mail. You know, I agreed to that because I had my daughter, my dad in my life, so I know the effect that has on a child and a girl at that. So I helped her dad so he could be back in her life. And he got off drugs until he came back home. I have no proof as to whether he was using or not. I just know his behavior changed. I went back to my apartment, which I had, but before I did that, I found some disturbing videos in my daughter's phone sent to her dad, which he just spoke about himself because he said I didn't accuse him. I sent him a message asking for some type of clarity. Because my daughter don't do things like that. I mean, they're disturbing. I don't know if I can address that here. I don't know if I can even say what it's about, because I don't want to get in trouble, but they were disturbing. There was an investigation. Mr. Hilliard went and hand over his phone. I handed over mine. I handed over my daughter's as well. The investigation.
Ma'am,
is
they don't
closed. I
just
have no
not let
clarity
you.
on
Hold
what's
on! Everybody shut up. You need to wait. They don't just ignore these questions when you take them to the police. If you have her phone and that's where you saw the videos, believe me, that's all they need. They're gonna be able to figure out who it was sent to. Like, again, it's frustrating here because for obvious reasons we're never gonna watch these videos, but more than that, we're not even talking explicitly about them. She doesn't strike me as evil as the first mom today, but she does strike me as a little off kilter. Yeah, the child is school aged. I would imagine elementary school aged, because and keep another thing in mind. This man had a friend of the court review where they investigate in the best interest of the children. What? Dude, he's literally playing a stupid meme at the door. Anyways, the whole point is that this woman, can you go away? He's accused me of being crazy and tired, which is true, but anyways. So what was I saying about her? I can't remember. Ruined it!
Hold on. Stop. Who did the investigation?
The Battle Creek State Police. Emmett came first because of where I live in my apartment, not as.
Okay, so Battle Creek City Police?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you said, and then, you said Emmett did an investigation or
Well,
no?
no, Emmett came because technically I'm on the cusp of like downtown, and I'm on Keenan. So I know you're familiar with your, but So it's like Emmett came first, but then the Battle Creek Police and everybody came on Mother's Day. That's
Okay,
it.
okay, doesn't matter when they came.
I know, I'm sorry.
When, so Emmett Township, because you were there, did they do an investigation?
No, the Battle Creek Police Department did.
Okay. And I think he said that CPS had investigated
Yes,
as
sir.
well. Did CPS do an investigation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I think because we haven't heard anything that city police and CPS didn't find anything, did not substantiate, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I understand why you may have.
Oh, I know what I was
some
gonna say, and it
issues
was
when,
fucking important too. Sorry,
these things
Judge, you
come
need
up,
to
but-
take a minute. What's very, very important in this case that is very different than the last case is this dad went through a friend of the court investigation. Oh, see, back on track. Friend of the court investigation, which is already quite intrusive and has the best interests of the child at heart. But at the conclusion of that investigation, where they looked at both households, they determined that he was entitled to week on, week off parenting time with this child. So it's not just like visitation. He is exercising basically 50-50 custody as the court ordered. So, you know, her again, the mechanism to change this is via the court. He won it fair and square. You can't take it away willy-nilly.
It's justifiable that you're concerned, but if you want to change a court order, you have to come into court to do it. You can't do it unilaterally on your own, okay? Because that order still stands until it's changed. What else would you like to tell me?
That's it, Your Honor.
Okay, then tell me, because
Yeah, but some of
clearly
these
the
cases,
referee.
Envy, I'm not joking. Some of these cases, it doesn't mean less money in reality. What we know as parents is that when you have a child with you, it costs money. So I would argue that it might cost less child support out of pocket, but in reality, I believe it costs more money to have a child with you. And I'm not saying that it does. Some people don't do it for the wrong reasons, but what I think is that it could, you know, some of these people's child support payments are like $200 a month, and that's for the child not in their care. So it's crazy. That's crazy. Anyways, Reseller Road Trip Adventures, hello. No worries, you're not that late. We have ourselves here a case of a mom who's withholding the child. And again, there are avenues for this, but it's hard. The court has to weigh these things. The court has to weigh the fact that, will the police investigate this properly? Will the police and CPS investigate this properly? And people have conspiracy theories up the yin-yang about what those agencies do or don't do. But I think we can generally agree it would be probably too much of a coincidence for multiple different agencies that were independently contacted about this incident to not investigate properly, etc. Like, I find that hard to believe when you come to a child abuse claim like that. I really think they take it quite seriously if they can.
He had previously held you in contempt for denial of parenting time for, again, periods of time through September through December. And now there's the denial as it relates to January, February, March. Why have you not allowed that parenting time?
It's
What?
I mean, just the personal, have you seen the videos, Your Honor?
Well,
You-
okay,
I'm
presumably,
concerned with handing over my daughter to somebody. It's too late after something happens again.
presumably the police and CPS all saw the videos, is that correct?
Yes,
Okay. And they weren't concerned enough to take action on it. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't, but usually
Thank you so much. Your late fee is accepted and put in the piggy bank. I think she is lying as well, you guys. But I don't see. Maybe she's just better at masking it. The other girl was like less relatable. I don't know. Maybe that's what the mask is for. I've said this many times. If I was a lawyer and I had somebody having to appear in court, I would have them wear it properly, but I would have all my clients be wearing masks, because it is way harder to read somebody's face, and it's way easier to catch a little slip up if you're wearing a mask. And as a lawyer, you do every little thing to get ahead.
they're very vigilant on these particular types of things. You understand? And so you do not dispute that you've kept the child from him, at least in January, February, and March.
Yeah.
So.
There will also be a
So it looks
follow-up
like
to the woman from
basically
earlier
5
today.
weeks worth of parenting time. Is that pretty? Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on, sir, I'm not done. Okay, anything else that you'd like me to be aware of?
No.
Okay. Now, sir,
Other than Mr. Hilliard did just go to jail for dropping dirty on drugs. They say he's with Michael Horn.
okay,
He's on probation for a DUI. Yeah.
okay, well, we can address that. Go ahead, sir. What else would you like? to-
Okay, just to address that, I drop voluntarily through the VA twice a week, every Monday, every Friday. I have all results right here, well, at least in November, December, January, February, and March. Another thing,
Hold on. He has all
Okay.
the...
Our
Sir,
phones-
wait a second. Why didn't you lead with that? Oh, Lord. Anyways, actually, great job, though. What did she mumble about? And then he's like, actually, receipts. Here's all of my fucking drug tests for the last 4 months. He should still have an attorney, but he's doing better.
my daughter's phone was turned over. April's phone was not turned over. My daughter's phone indicated that email, text message was sent to her phone and then to my phone back to back. That's why I called the police. When I called her on Mother's Day to wish her a happy birthday, and I got the message right here on my phone where she tried to use it and jack me up with the court. It's written in text. We'll see what the court thinks about it. I immediately called the police.
Okay,
And so
okay,
this is innuendo bullcrap.
okay. Anything else germane to this particular hearing, sir?
This particular hand, I would just like my parenting time.
Okay. And ma'am, anything else that you have?
I'm just really concerned. I never got no clarity on the situation, if it was or it wasn't. It'd be too late if I did, and to see his still. Now his behavior back into drug, and I'm blaming me for drugs.
Okay, one more thing,
Hold on.
You know,
Well, you understand that he does have drugs test as he said, every Monday and Friday through the VA. You aware of that?
I know,
Okay.
is there,
And he has the test results there, as he states, from, I guess, November, December, January, showing that they are not,
February.
that they're negative. So I understand your concerns, but you have to have facts and evidence when you come to court. You just can't make wild accusations. Anything before the court makes a ruling.
I'm just trying to protect my daughter, Your Honor, and this man is on probation for a DUI, granted, people change, and he does still drive okay, but
Yeah.
he just dropped dirty and went to jail a week ago, or a week ago. Then is also aggravation for assault, murder, beating a girl in the head with a shovel. Why would I hit my daughter? Yeah. Okay.
And what happened is to present all that, these are just accusations you're making. It's not evidence until you have proof of these particular things, which you have a right at any hearing to bring proof, bring witnesses, bring exhibits, etc., which you have not done, so the court can only accept what your testimonies are in this matter, okay?
Yeah.
It does appear in this.
All right, so let's go ahead, get our guesses in while William deals with his ad. Let's get our guesses in. I think she's hiding behind the mask, but get your guesses in. What is the judge going to do in this case? He has missed 5 weeks of parenting time. That's a lot. That is a lot. Is he going to make her turn over the child? Is he going to make her... How is he going to get this message across? These are the questions that we have to ask. Get your guesses in the chat. And don't forget, a follow-up to this morning's crazy hearing about that happened in this exact same court comes in just moments, where just wait, it's so good.
Case that the court has referenced the orders that have occurred. There was an order of October 22nd, 2024, which provided with the parties joint legal and physical custody, that they were to have alternating weeks, alternating holidays, and that there had previously been a finding of contempt as well back on or from the referee back on January 23rd, 2025, in this matter. So clearly, man, you have been in contempt in this case. And as a result, based upon the testimony before the court today, the court will find that you in fact are in contempt of court for denial of parenting time. And the referee had previously had not ordered any makeup parenting time in this matter, simply held you in contempt, and had in fact assessed some cost at that prior hearing leading to the January 23rd, 2025 order. What the court is going to do, ma'am, is at this point is you have to turn the child over to the defendant. And what the court is going to order at this time is, because I'm not going to go back beyond the prior order saying that he's entitled to his 5 weeks of makeup parenting time and his regular weeks. So it means he would have the child for 10 weeks straight because of that fact. What the court will do, ma'am, is at this point, the court is going to remand you to the custody of the Calhoun County Sheriff. And what will happen is you will remain in the sheriff's custody until the child is turned over to the defendant. Okay.
Wow. Okay, so contrary to this morning, she's not being sentenced to jail time, but she is being sentenced to jail until the child is in the dad's custody. Judge is not playing today. He came fucking for business today. I bet he reviewed, I bet this was on his mind last night. I know, Hector, we already watched it. And I have an update on that case. But that was 30 days she got, and then she was rude and vulgar in the courtroom, and he got another 30 days. But this woman has the opportunity to get out as long as she provides the child today. So, this is... Yeah, he's been very thorough with these types of things. He's extremely, especially with pro se litigants on both sides, he's the only one here wrangling this fucking train. It's so difficult. You guys, I don't know that you can understand that. How difficult that would be to, like, go... I'm sure you can. How rude of me to say. if I can understand it, you guys can. Of course. Damn it, Paisley, what a weird turn of phrase. Anyways, let's listen to him explain this away. And then, like I said, we have an update on the case from this morning.
So what will happen is you're gonna have to get a hold of somebody to get the child to the defendant so that he gets his parenting time, which will be 10 weeks. And then after that 10 weeks, then we'll go back to the alternating weeks as the order states. So until that occurs, if in fact the child is not turned over, then you will remain in the custody of the sheriff until such time as the child is turned over. Okay? That will conclude the hearing. What, sir?
Yeah, and I spoke with the administrator and my child's teacher today, informing them of this hearing or this court appearance today. And I can go pick up my child from her school.
Certainly, you can. So what will happen is,
And see, I get the sense that this dad actually wants to help. So he's saying, like, you don't need to make it difficult finding somebody. I can go pick the child up. Again, he also didn't want to press charges earlier on the other thing. And so these things all say to me, he may not be the most eloquent speaker, but I do think he has the child's interest at heart, and the judge is seeing that. And the proof is in the pudding. These women and men that do this, but it is predominantly women that are alienating. And that's what this is. This is parental alienation. Alienating these children from their fathers. This guy has a real chance because he has 10 weeks to undo that. With a small child, he may be able to. A day a week forever. We've seen parents make it so difficult for children to make any sort of meaningful connection. So I actually have hope in this case. I had very little hope in this morning's case, to be honest. But this case, I have a little bit more hope in. I hope that she's maybe just selfish and she gives up 10 weeks of freedom for herself, and maybe she just gives up, you know?
The plaintiff is going to have to go to the sheriff, the company of the sheriff at this point in the custody. And once you've been able to pick up the child, you can contact the sheriff's department and confirm. Well, you're probably going to have to come down here because we don't want phone calls, because anybody can say,
Yeah.
this is who I am, and yes, I've got the kid. So you'll have to probably come down, confirm with the sheriff, give them ID showing who you are, and confirming that the child is in your care. And at that time, the plaintiff then can be released from custody.
Understood.
Okay? Okay, thank you.
Well,
That will be the order of the court. You're free to go. Have a good day.
thank you.
And I hope everything works out after this point.
May I call somebody or
Excuse me?
can I get a hold of somebody?
Well, they'll let you call somebody from the jail at this point.
I have a car. So
Okay?
I
Well,
didn't realize.
And that was it. Isn't that crazy? Sorry, my phone's ringing. We've heard some judges say, and she's gonna get out today if he does that. I don't understand. So quickly, let's go to, I think the judge handled that correctly. Let's go to the last case, and in this case, I'll try and get an update, Erica. I'll try. I watched this court quite carefully. But let's, this short case doesn't go quite as off rails, but it's what happens at the very end that gives us our little update. So let's watch that, and then we're going to say goodnight. Good night, because we already did 2 shows today.
10/2025 for the child or children, I don't know, to be the child to be interviewed, and you didn't appear for that interview. Why is that?
I tried calling to see if there.
Oh, Erica, if you haven't seen today's yet, you may want to. The spoiler will probably spoil it, but you'll like it. And Jessica, no worries. I know I'll be back tomorrow. We'll be live again. But I gotta make cookies. I've got to make cookies.
There was a way around that if I could reschedule, and no one ever called me back. I just wanted to know why I had to bring them. I didn't have any answers, and I've also tried to call the courts a couple times about showing up with Mr. Jackson. I really don't like to be around him much.
Well, when you bring the child in, you don't have to be around him because he doesn't come to that.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that. But I do apologize for not bringing him. He's here
Ooh, that
today
sounds
if
good,
anyone
Donna.
needs to see him. My sister has him out in the
Well,
hallway.
yeah, they can. What happens is the referee Moeller is available at 3:30 today.
Okay.
He has hearings before that, but if you now 2:30, so it'd be an hour away. I don't know if you want to wait or come back.
I
The
live in
case this morning
Lansing.
was
Oh, okay,
nuts.
so you have to be, yeah, you want to wait around then. You can appear down at the front of the court's office, let them know that you have the child here for an interview with Mr. Moeller at 3:30. And he will have the time at that point to meet with the child. And when we meet with the child, that's because there's some sort of custody proceeding going on.
Okay,
Okay, or there was at that time, I don't know at this point, but there was at that point, so what happens, and I will tell you what occurred when there's a custody hearing or some investigation as it relates to custody, the referee and myself even, we are required to interview the child or children. If we don't, then our bosses, the Court of Appeal says, Judge, you screwed up, you're supposed to do that, and then they'll send it back and we have to redo it. So we have to interview the child. Oftentimes, what the child says isn't quite often it's not helpful, but we still have to interview
yeah,
to see
We
if
don't
the
really
child's
like
of a
doing it.
sufficient age or maturity to be able to express a preference.
okay,
So that's why it has to be done, and as long as, so if you wanna wait around, go down to the front of the court, tell them that you're here. And then when Mr. Mueller is available, once he's open, and he said to come in at 3:30, if his hearing before that got over at 3:15, he might be able to take it before that, I don't know.
Okay.
So what you can do is go down and check with them, and then have the child interviewed. I will tell you, it usually only takes about 10 minutes or so.
Okay.
And once he has interviewed the child, then you're free to go. So
okay,
I'm not gonna make any determination of contempt or anything on this matter, as
Okay.
long as you're here and we have a chance to interview. Okay?
okay.
Do you have any questions?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
How can I, or who do I speak with about getting supervised? Okay, first I wanted to ask, is he trying to get like full custody of my son
I
or
don't
just
know.
parenting?
All I'm
Okay,
looking at is the register of action that states that there was a custody matter scheduled.
okay. Okay, who would I speak with about supervised visits? It's been so long since you've seen him. I just think that the visits should be supervised.
What you're gonna have to do is you're going to have to file a motion. You have to file a motion for supervised parenting time,
Okay,
and you have to state both the factual and legal basis for requesting that.
okay,
And you can request anything of the court at any time. You just have to schedule it through a motion. You have to give the other side at least 9 days notice by mail at their last known address. And schedule it, you can schedule it on a Monday morning at 10:30. That's when we do all the pro per motions.
okay,
And you schedule it at that time, give him notice, and then we'll hear it at that point and decide what we're gonna do.
okay,
Okay?
okay.
So, okay, we'll let you go. You have a good day, and speak to Mr. Mueller and get it taken care of.
All right, thank
Okay?
you so
Thank you.
much. Thank you.
Okay. We let the referee assistant know, so they will be expecting you. There's another person that also is gonna bring their child to be seen by referee Mueller, so you may have to wait a few minutes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay,
Kind of depends on which one of you gets there first.
okay.
Yes.
And I just go downstairs?
Yeah, go down to the front of the court's office in the basement.
Okay.
Okay, now listen up. Everybody's gone off screen. I was literally about to end it, but then listen closely to them talking about the docket and how I hate pointing these things out sometimes because I know this was an accident probably to leave it in, but just listen carefully.
All right, thank you so much.
We're good, Letta? All right. Ooh, we kept you busy today. Well, and
More
yes,
fun for you.
Good.
I
I'm gonna
heard,
go home, I'm done.
I heard the other one kind of went on.
This morning?
Yeah.
And then they put her in L pod where she's unsupervised, and like, she's gonna last like 12 seconds.
You hear that? They put her in L pod where she's unsupervised. Is that what they said? Listen again.
all right. Ooh, we kept you busy today. Well, and yes,
More fun for you.
Good. I'm gonna go home, I'm done.
I heard the other one kind of went on.
This morning?
Yeah.
And then they put her in L pod where she's unsupervised, and like, she's gonna last like 12 seconds.
So she's in a pod. She's in the pod. And I actually have listened to that now a few times. I think she's in supervised, like she's on a supervised pod. Anyways, if you haven't watched that video yet, go back to the this morning's stream because it was quite an adventure today. Quite an adventure. I don't know what L pod is. I don't know if it's the psych pod or what. I feel bad again, mostly for the children, the parents that are being withheld from, the family, everybody residually I feel terrible for, especially the children. Again, parents, people that have small children, understand something. You mold them and you shape them, but they watch you and they learn and they grow. And what happens is when they're older, they will remember the things you did and the things you didn't do. And things will fall into place. So please, for the sake of your children, please try and facilitate relationships with the other parent. It is, in fact, very important for a child to have two parents in their lives. Anyways, thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate it. I had such a crazy day. There's even more court that I have to get ready to go. But that's the good news. That means there'll be a show or two tomorrow. Gosh, who knows how I'm feeling. Anyways, do me a favor in the meantime. Remember that I love you and I'm proud of you. And I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.
Ways down and ready to ride. One by one, billion by billion, and holding up half the sky. Raise your hand if you're ready and willing. If you know it's time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a girl on time. Time for
Go check out John's live stream later. The link should pop up. Okay, bye.